I've met some people, when you talk to them and they'll tell you that, I don't know how to express love because, I never saw my father expressing love to my mother. And like, what? Are you your father? Is your wife your mother?
PJT. Real Talk with PJT. Pastor Jackie Talena.
Hi everyone, this is PJT. You're welcome to Real Talk today with PJT. Hope you're all doing good. Today I want to talk about something very, very interesting and at the same time disturbing in most marriages today. A lot of us go through a lot in marriage without even giving attention to the little things, that matters. I want us to look at, what I call the bugs in your marriage. When you talk about bugs, we're talking about that small, microbacteria that you don't really see, but yet eating you up. Well, bugs as little and as invisible they might be sometimes. If you don't pay attention to them, they can kill. And that is how, when a bug is eating up your marriage and you don't give it attention, before you know it, your marriage will go into coma and the next thing is dead. Let me tell you the truth, you may not accept it, but it is. In as much as we say that God hates divorce, God hates it. But at the same time, it is real. Like I keep saying, divorce is everywhere. But I believe that if you do the right thing, obviously, it will definitely be sustained. Now, one of the bugs that you need to watch out for in your marriage is called personality check. Do you actually understand the personality of your spouse? Most of the time, we have a misconception about who our spouses are. But then, you may not even understand that the reason why they're doing what they're doing is because of their personality. There is this, belief. We said, oh, my spouse is, is sanguine, my spouse is melancholic, my spouse is phlegmatic, and all the personality, traits that you can, think about. But what about what we call pseudo-personality, which is one major box that eats up marriage? When your spouse has a pseudo-personality, is somebody, who can flip within seconds. It's just like, put into extreme. I call it the oxymoron spouse, because today he's hot, the next minute is cold. Imagine somebody who is extremely a melancholic and at the same time extremely a sanguine. How can you put the two together? Somebody who is an extreme melancholic and at the same time extreme a phleg. Can you put that together? So this minute, you see her, she's a very wonderful woman. She has a good heart. You say, oh, my wife is a very wonderful and understanding wife. And the next time she's displaying something, you see like, my wife is very tough. So how can you say tough and, simple? Does the two go together? But obviously there are spouses, who are actually like that. And you don't give attention to that pseudo personality. And that is why, your spouse is actually behaving the way they are. They are just two. One person is too into extreme, and sometimes it could lead to a whole lot of things. Mental disorder and so many things. But pay attention to the personality of your spouse. Your husband may be. Have you actually thought and imagine why he's such a cool person, so simple-hearted, and at the same time very aggressive? How can you put that together? How can somebody be so aggressive and at the same time so nice? You can't even place them. It's pseudo. And you don't know it's a bug. If you don't pay attention to it, it's as simple as it is. It will eat up to the point where you cannot take it again. Because how can, what it means is that you are not going to have a stable emotion. Because one minute you're happy, then as you try to just relax, the next thing, fire. The next minute, before you know it will start affecting you mentally, and the man, is mentally, destabilized. What happened to a marriage where both spouses are not, mentally focused? Is sick already. So you need to pay attention to that bug called personality. I call it the personality disorder. Please look at it. Your spouse may be suffering from a personality disorder, and you may just, be thinking it's my village people, it is witchcraft attack. No, that's nothing to do with demon. It's the man or the woman that need to watch their personality. It's a bug. please watch out for it, because if you don't do nothing about it, it may eat up, your marriage. Another bug, that exists in marriage that we don't even know is what I call the love language check. A lot of people understand this thing called love language, but you know that what love language is actually, what it is. Most of the time I've, met a couple that I counsel, and they tell me that yes, love language is what my husband wants to hear. No, love language is not what your wife wants to hear. Love language simply means the way I want love to be expressed to me. The way your spouse wants love to be expressed to him. The way your wife wants love to be expressed to her. So if you don't understand it, you're going to be expressing it the wrong way. And you think that, oh, I am doing everything and this woman is not appreciative. She is very, very much appreciative. It's just like you're speaking a language she doesn't understand. So you need to pay attention to your spouse's love language. How do they want love expressed to them? Is it true? The 5 major love languages, you all know about it. Word of affirmation, quality time, act of service, and all the other ones. If you don't understand the way your spouse wants love to be expressed to them, you may be expressing it the wrong way. You are doing the right thing with with the whole of your heart, but you're sincerely wrong. And wrong is wrong. Whether it's sincerely or it is rightly, it is wrong. So if it is either sincere or unsincere, wrong is wrong. And as long as it is viewed from that wrong perspective, you will not get the right result. For example, you are a young husband and you are overworking. There's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong in working to feed your family. But what if all the way your wife wants love to be expressed to her is true quality time? Yet you go looking for money from morning till evening, and then you're coming back home, you are throwing the money, and she's looking at the money and throwing it back at you. And like, and you're feeling unappreciated. My wife is very, she's very unappreciated. This woman is a bad woman. You can call all manner of name. And then when you try to talk to her, I say, no, that man is wicked. He's evil. Saying all manner of things. Meanwhile, that's not really who you are. So at the end of the day, both of you are just not speaking a language that each of you understand. Imagine a house where there is language differences. It's chaotic. For example, I am original Kogi born. My native language is called Igala. And my husband is original Borno born. He's from Bama local government called Ngila. I hope I get the pronunciation well. I don't even know how to say hello in that language. I don't. So imagine if he comes to the house and he begins to blow the language to me. I'll just be looking at him, because as far as I'm concerned, he's speaking what I don't understand. So he shouldn't expect me to respond back to what he's saying when I don't know what exactly he's saying. So love language is a bug eating up so many marriages, and you're pretending and riding over it and thinking that all is well. No, please stop that religious sentiment of it is well when it is not well. Please pay attention to that bug called love language. Another bug that you need to also look out for is called silent trauma. Do you know that there are sometimes, somebody might be traumatized with so many things before you get married to them, and they have carried that traumatic experience into the marriage, but never allow you to visit that place because they are afraid and they don't want anybody to get there. So anytime you're trying to, bring out something that is a reality, they're like, no, refusing to accept the truth, because once the truth comes out, it's going to open up a tap that they have closed and the door they have shut, and they don't want anybody to enter it. What was the trauma that is actually eating up your spouse? You need to know. There are so many of them which you need to pay attention to it, and you need to know how to solve it and how to resolve it. Traumatic experiences at different levels is a silent bug. What was the last traumatic experience that you had? Sometimes it may not even have to do with your family or anybody. It may be a traumatic experience that you had in your office, but it has bored a hole in your heart. It has squeezed your emotion, and it is eating you up and eating up your spouse, eating up your children, eating up everything around you, and you're like, oh, what is it? Why am I putting all? And it seems that nothing is happening. Something is actually happening. It is called the silent bug. If you don't pay attention to that bug, my dear, bugs are real in marriage, and they can destroy marriage, kill it and end it. So please pay attention to that bug. Either either before or while you're in marriage, because it is very, very important. Another bug that you need to also pay attention to is called the environment. What type of marital environment do you have? Is it an environment that creates a bliss for you? Is it an environment that you are not secured about? Is it an environment that instills fear in you? Is it an environment that, bring out your esteem problem? If you don't, check your environment around your home. Is it aggressive? Is it illusional? Is it an environment that is not real? Is it an environment that is welcoming? Is it an environment that's accommodative? What type of environment do you have? Do you know that sometimes you don't pay attention to the environment you live in? There are some environments that are actually full of confusion, but you don't even know, because you feel like what is a norm to you is actually killing your spouse. So please don't accept it and just pretend about it. It is a bug. Look at it. If an environment is full of chaos, for example, you look at this environment, it is full of chaos and confusion. An environment where the auntie lives in the house, the uncle lives in the house, the mother-in-law lives with the couple, the children are in the house, they have the maid that cleans the house, they have the driver, and everybody is living in this house with your children. My dear, that is chaotic, because the first thing is, whose character is your children going to take after? Whose behavior are your children going to copy? Who is going to be a mentor to them? Whose voice are they going to listen to? I mean, what type of environment are your children growing up? And what type of environment do you have? When there are too many people in your space, it gives a lot of space in your marriage. So sometimes you're pretending to be together, but there's a big space because you're bringing so many people. Mother-in-law is there, brother-in-law is there, father is there, mother is there, sisters is there, friends are there, colleagues are there, business is there. So many of them are there. I mean, how did they come and where are they coming from? That's a confusing environment that is a bug that can kill your marriage. So please check, who are the people living with you? Who are the people? What environment do you have at work? What environment do you have at home? What environment do you have in your business area? You need to understand these. They're bugs. So if you don't even know about it, you don't pay attention to it, it will definitely eat up the marriage and damage it, create a harm to the marriage, and probably may even end it. And finally, the box you need to look out for is, the family pattern. Most of us have a pattern that are wrong, and you call it, this is who I am. This is true of me. Like I keep saying, your truth is not the truth. Stop flying on it. Because the fact that your father did it that way does not mean that you should come and do it that way. I've met some people, when you talk to them and they will tell you that, I don't know how to express love because, I never saw my father expressing love to my mother. And like, what? Are you your father? Is your wife your mother? So how does that, put up? I never saw my mother doing that to my father. So what you are calling submission to me is not submission, it is slavery. What you call family pattern, the way like I keep telling you, create your own family pattern. Never use your father and your mother's family pattern to continue. Don't continue their marriage in your marriage. Don't continue their life in your life. They are not you. Their life is not you, and this has damaged a whole lot. It's a bug, my dear. Please pay attention to it, because if you don't look at that bug, it will definitely create harm. And so many harm, is happening already. Don't let it get more. It's a bacteria that's eating gradually. You know what bacteria does? Invisible. Before you know it, they are everywhere. Before you know it, they begin to spread. Before you know it, they're all over. And get to a point where you don't have control over it again. And what does it lead to? Death. And they were like, that small thing that started, yet it grew. So please, that bug is there, telling you, possibly visiting you, staying and growing in your marriage, and you don't even know it exists. Please pay attention to it so that we can kill the bug and get rid of it. And I believe that this has really, enlightened you and educated you in a way that it's very, very important to you. So please pay attention to the bug that is actually eating up your marriage. Well, this is Real Talk with PJT. If you want to know how to kill the bug, then send a message or come for my coaching classes. I'll be here to give you the solution on how to identify the bug and how to get rid of the bug. That's why I'm here, actually. Subscribe, like, share, because somebody needs to hear about the real talk, and somebody needs to hear about the bugs that kill their marriage.
PJT. Real Talk with PJT. Pastor Jackie Talena.